Hi, I'm Spoonelite, and this is my first ever gameplay video. Now, I was going to jump straight into some actual game, which would make sense for my first gameplay video, but I thought a benchmark would probably make more sense for an introduction. I didn't want to jump straight into gameplay because, I don't know, an introduction seemed more apt for my first video. And a benchmark will also show both me and you what my videos are going to vaguely be like. It's a benchmark, it's pretty intense for my computer. As you can see in the top right there, I'm dancing around 60 FPS right now. It does drop during different scenes in this cinematic. But mainly it will show you what it's going to be like for video quality, and it's a bit of a tester for me. So this will be my first upload, we'll see what happens. So I recently built a computer, it cost me about £500. I can give you the specs if you really like. I could either make another video on it, kind of vaguely show you where I got it from, I think, if I can work out how to do that, the bits that I got. Some of it's gone up in price, some of it's gone down in price, and that will happen, so don't expect to be able to get my exact computer. I kind of got what I was building my computer off other YouTube videos, did a fair amount of looking around for cheap builds, and eventually I ended up combining a few. I ended up finding parts for cheaper than they said they were going to be, so I got kind of the upgraded versions of those ones. But overall, I think I did pretty well for 500 quid. Yeah, as you can see, it does 60 FPS. It's recording this in 30 FPS, which all YouTube videos are in. On that note, I am using DxTory. In fact, I'm using DxTory to record my games, and it is with settings which I got from a video created by Jack Frags. So if you're thinking of doing what I'm doing, then I would recommend that video because it's worked pretty damn well for me so far. I've heard that fraps can kind of destroy your frames per second. This hasn't. It probably knocks 10, maybe 20 max FPS off, and you know, that's pretty good for some games, because some games this computer will run over 100 FPS, you know, you're dropping down to 80, there is no chance you're going to see the difference there. I mean, your eyes are limited to 60 FPS or whatever. I know people think that, a lot of people say that it feels smoother and things if you've got a higher FPS. That's probably true. It doesn't affect me anyway because I'm not doing online gameplay, because for starters I am running on pretty shitty wireless at the moment, and my screen is a couple of years old. It's not brilliant. It's stuck at 16:9 ratio resolution. It's okay, but it's not brilliant for kind of intense FPS shooting. My mouse tends to do a bit of an odd thing where, I'll show you, if I'm trying to find aim, it will kind of jerk around. If anyone has a solution to that, I would be more than happy to hear it, because it is very irritating. I might eventually do some recordings of some online FPS, maybe a bit of PlanetSide 2, if I can sort out my wireless and stuff. I was also wondering about V-syncing. Now, if anyone actually knows what the purpose of V-syncing is, I would love to know. I don't fully understand. My friend said something, but it would be nice to hear, a kind of researched answer from someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Now, when I actually get into some proper games, I'm going to be doing I'm probably going to be doing some how not to plays, because I bought recently, there was Steam summer sales, most people probably know, and that hit my wallet like a shit ton of bricks. I probably doubled the amount of games that I had in the library, probably a bit more than that. My Steam library, it's gone up to about 43 games. Yes, some of those are little odd things like Arma 2 beta, Dota beta, which obviously don't have any installed anymore because they've actually been released. But still, I spent about 60 quid, I think, and when most of the games I bought were a few quid each, that's, you know, it's a lot of games. I'll also possibly be looking into doing some stupid games, like I had a brief go at Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1 for the PS3, and it's possibly one of the worst games I've ever played, but it was funny, it was a laugh to kind of watch, so I might invest in that. Hopefully it'll be a little bit entertaining, because gaming has got a bit stale for me recently. I bought all these games and not particularly interested in playing any of them, so I thought I'd spice it up a bit, and I've always wanted to do gameplay videos ever since I started watching, you know, Nerd Cubed, Frankie on PC, Jack Frags, even Total Biscuit, although I'm not a massive fan of some of the things he says. He's very opinionated. Although I'll be giving my opinions on games. I just did. Harry Potter's a shit game. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. I suppose you'll hear me when I actually get into some gameplay. So I'm going to go and edit this video now for the first time and upload it and see what happens.